Guys, it's that time again. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Tesla, but we're leaving the Tesla. We're getting rid of it. We're getting rid of it for an airplane. Yeah, we are heading back to Maryland actually from Florida. We're going back for about 5 days, but I gotta hit the road at 6:39. I think it's like an hour drive to Fort Myers, so let's get rolling. The real key to highway driving is finding a rabbit. And by finding a rabbit, I mean finding someone that you can follow, aka this Audi that's right in front of me, that, you know, is cruising at about the same comfortable speed that you like, but, you know, you kind of let them drive out in front a little bit, and they're the rabbit. Right now I'm going to get to the airport with 27% battery, which means I need to charge. Luckily, there is a supercharger just a little bit north of the airport, so hopefully I have enough time. We're going to be cutting it close, so let's hope for the best. When I do highway driving, I usually get around 400 watt-hours a mile, which is actually terrible, I think, but whatever. So I'm popping into the Fort Myers Danny Drive supercharger. My flight is at 9:10 or 9 o'clock. I board at 8:25. It's 7:27. We're gonna supercharge a little bit, but then I have to find where the economy lot is. I don't even know if you guys can see me right now, but I'm hoping it's not too hard to find because I think that's the cheapest lot, but my car's gonna have to sit there for about 5 days. So I don't want the battery to drain too much, and I also wanna have some range when I get back, so I don't have to like get off the plane and then sit at a supercharger for an hour. So yeah. Hopefully it charges fairly quickly. I mean, that's kind of the point of a supercharger, right? So it's very convenient. It's right behind the Chipotle. You turn left on Danny Drive, you make the first right, and then the superchargers are all right here. There are some that you can pull straight into, and there is two Model 3s? Two Model 3s. Let's go. Big money, no whammies. Come on. Let's get to like 100 kilowatts at least. Come on, come on. You can do it, you can do it. 96, and then it starts tapering already. That's disappointing. Either way, 303 miles an hour, 1 mile already. But you can see it's already starting to taper. That's crazy. What's going on here? We're back up to 120 miles, got 42 miles of range, but it's 7:40, and the flight board's at 8:25, so I think we gotta roll. All right, the two Model 3s are still here. Best of luck to you guys. Woo-wee.
Now take the Interstate 75 south ramp on the right.
2 clutch. We actually have EV charging at the airport. Guys, how awesome is this? I had no idea. I tried to look it up online. There's actually 2 spots here, so very, very nice. Make sure you crowd the gate, waiting for your zone to be called.
Miles left to fly. Really, that seatbelt sign off just for another couple minutes. If you need to go back again further, you can do that now. We're turning that seatbelt sign on. Ladies and gentlemen, the Atmosphere Airlines would like to welcome you to Baltimore with the local time of 11:09 p.m.
Well, we made it. Home sweet home. The beautiful wrap on the wall. I have it nice and organized. But yeah, it's been a while, guys. We are back in the DMV, and I'm exhausted. It's like 12:20 in the morning, so we're gonna go to sleep. We're gonna finish the vlog tomorrow. But if you're enjoying the content, please consider liking and subscribing. Give me like 2 seconds, and we'll talk about the fact that my car's sitting at the airport and not losing any battery. Yeah. So this vlog kind of turned. I was originally going to cover how much my battery like phantom drains while sitting at the airport, seeing as how I don't have like Sentry mode and whatever else. But now things are going to take like a different direction. So instead of like going that way, they're going to go like that way. Anyways, I'm really tired, and you guys can probably tell. So tomorrow.
4 to 6 more days later.
Time to head back to Florida for the Tesla.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fort Myers. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and your carry-on items stowed until the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate and the captain has...
All right, we made it back. There's one other Tesla here, but other than that, well, I guess there's really only one other charging space here, but it's another Tesla Model 3. Oh man, this is absolutely miserable, but we got a full charge. We're at 245 miles of range. Very convenient. There's 2 charging spaces here. They don't show up on PlugShare. Very interesting. But luckily, we didn't have to worry about battery drain because of the chargers. Now, there's a lot of airports now actually that do have chargers. The problem is that, well, a lot of times they're full, just like this. I got lucky. I pulled in, and well, there was an open charger, so that was quite nice. Anyways, we're finally heading out of the long-term parking lot down here in Fort Myers, so let's roll. Welcome back to the Tesla, welcome back to Florida, and more importantly, welcome back to having a nice full charge on my Tesla. You see, when I was originally heading down, I guess the beginning of this vlog, I popped into a supercharger because I was only going to get here with like 60-70 miles of range on my car, and I wanted a little bit extra mileage. Luckily, it's not obviously too cold down here in Florida. It's, you know, maybe gets into like the 50s, maybe 40s every now and then at night, but for the most part during the day it's been 60s or 70s. So I knew that my Tesla shouldn't drain too much. The thing is, there is still some amount of phantom drain that happens when the car is not being used. I would say, just to be conservative, say, you know, like 3 to 5 miles a day if you're doing nothing and like the climate's decent, just to be conservative. Now, it shouldn't actually drain 5 miles of range a day. It's probably less than that, but I like to be on the safe side. However, if it does get down into the 40s or 50s at night, you never know if you will actually lose 5 miles of range or potentially more. I have an older car with 101,845 miles, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to get back to a dead car, so I popped into a supercharger. Now, I only got about maybe back up to like a little over 100 miles of range. Luckily, the airport's only 10 miles from a supercharger, so when I came back, I knew that I could always pop in there. But I pulled into the parking lot and the very first 2 spaces on the left-hand side, right through the long-term parking gates, were chargers. And now, granted, they were like lower amperage chargers, so 14 amps, but 240 volts. They charged at around 9 miles of range an hour, which, you know, that's fantastic. I mean, it's long-term parking. It doesn't have to be like super fast charging. It just has to be charging. So I pulled into one of the 2 spots. They were obviously, well, not obviously, but it was a Sunday night. They were both available, so it worked out quite nicely, actually. So normally I would also gauge, like, I don't always like to park in charging spaces. However, I was going to be gone for a very long period of time. If it was only 1 or 2 days, I probably wouldn't worry about battery drain if I had 100 miles, because I know that there's 2 superchargers very close to the Fort Myers airport. However, because I was going to be gone for 6 days, I guess, in total, I just wanted to play it safe, so I did plug in. Also, there were 2 available, so me taking one means there's still another one available if somebody really needs it. And yeah, so luckily it did work out nicely. I don't know if this charger is online anywhere, but it is not on PlugShare. And I don't know if they do that on purpose because it's like a paid lot, but I feel like it should be on PlugShare, so maybe I'll try and add it and then see what happens. But it worked out very nicely. I know that there's chargers, for example, at Dulles Airport in Virginia, which is sort of near where I am, because a lot of people talk about them all the time, if you should plug in or not. A lot of people say that if you can just find a place in the garage there and plug into a regular outlet, that's perfect as well, because that effectively cancels out any potential range loss, because you can usually charge at, if anything, 1 to 2 miles an hour, which is more than you should really ever lose in a day. Like, you should never be losing 24 miles in a day. That would be absurd, and you should get your car looked at immediately. So as far as phantom drain goes, it's not a big deal, but it's always nice to have a full car when you get back, because then you don't have to stop at a supercharger and wait for 45 minutes. You can just get on the road and head to your destination, which is exactly what I'm doing now. Now, it is unfortunately raining down here in Florida. Hopefully the weather will brighten up, because, well, coming back from Maryland where it's nice and cold, at least it's warm. It's 66 degrees. But anyways, hopefully I can get this vlog out in a decent amount of time, because we are back to very, very poor Wi-Fi speeds, and I guess just time in general to work on editing vlogs and uploading. But if you guys are enjoying the content, please consider liking and subscribing. And well, I guess until next time, thanks for watching.